The air in Cleveland was electric, thick with post-season tension. Every seat in the stadium was filled, the crowd buzzing with anticipation, as if everyone knew something unforgettable was about to unfold. It was Game 1 of the American League Wildcard Series, and the Detroit Tigers faced their nemesis, the Cleveland Guardians. The rivalry between these two teams had been brewing all season, and now, under the bright October lights, everything was on the line. For the Tigers, this game was about redemption. They had battled through adversity, clawing their way into the postseason, and now they were determined to prove they belonged. On the mound stood their ace, Skubal, carrying the weight of his team's hopes. Every eye in the stadium was fixed on him, knowing that his performance could set the tone for the entire series. His first few pitches tested the zone, finding his rhythm. Each throw was a silent conversation between pitcher and catcher, a careful negotiation of nerves and skill. Then, a defining moment, Skubal unleashed a fastball that sailed high, shattering a high-tech camera behind home plate. The crack of glass echoed through the stadium, a sound that cut through the noise and left everyone breathless. The stadium fell silent, stunned by the destruction. For a moment, time seemed to freeze as fans and players alike tried to process what had just happened. It was more than a wild pitch. It was a statement. Skubal had announced his presence, showing that he wasn't afraid to take risks, to push the limits. The Tigers were here to fight, to shatter expectations. That single pitch sent a message to the Guardians and to everyone watching. Detroit would not back down. The energy in the stadium shifted. The Cleveland crowd felt unease. The Guardians fans, once confident, now exchanged nervous glances, sensing the momentum slipping away. For the Tigers' dugout, it was a jolt of adrenaline. The players fed off the chaos, their confidence growing with every cheer and clap. Skubal, now locked in, channeled that chaotic energy into pinpoint control. He took a deep breath, steadied himself, and prepared to attack the strike zone with renewed purpose. The wildness was gone, replaced by focused intensity. Skubal's eyes narrowed, his body language shifting from uncertainty to absolute determination. That errant pitch set the tone for the game. It was a reminder that in the postseason, every moment can change everything. It was a promise of power and precision to come. The Tigers had shown their hand, and now the Guardians would have to respond. The game had just begun, but the battle was already won in that single shattering moment. The Tigers had seized the narrative, turning chaos into confidence. The Tigers were ready to fight, to shatter expectations just as Skubal had shattered that lens. They had come to Cleveland with a purpose, and nothing would shake their resolve. As play resumed, the energy in the stadium had shifted. The Guardians were on their heels, and the Tigers sensed opportunity in the air. The Tigers were here, and they would not be intimidated. This was their moment, and they were ready to make it count. The broken camera became a powerful symbol for the Detroit Tigers. It represented a break from past struggles, a tangible sign that things were changing. The team had been playing tight, burdened by playoff pressure, and the weight of expectations. The shattering lens was an act of pure aggression, a moment of raw, unfiltered emotion. It was everything the Tigers' play had not been: bold, decisive, and fearless. In that moment, the team saw the ferocity they needed, the spark to ignite their passion. The incident was a release valve for immense pressure, a cathartic moment that allowed them to breathe. It reminded them that baseball is a game of raw power and instinct, not just strategy and caution. Skubal's wild pitch was a beautiful accident, bringing clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. It symbolized casting off caution and fear, embracing the chaos of the game. They embraced a new identity, forged in glass and plastic, a team reborn. Skubal found his perfect balance between control and chaos, a harmony that defined his play. The incident served as his reset button, leaving only focus and determination. He was commanding the game, leading his team with newfound confidence. For Detroit, a city of resilience, it was a moment they understood deeply. The Tigers were not just playing, they were fighting, embodying the spirit of their city. The broken camera was a symbol of that fight, a testament to their unyielding spirit. With the tone set, Skubal delivered a pitching masterclass. It was a symphony of speed, movement, and deception. The Cleveland Guardians were baffled. Skubal painted the corners, each pitch a deliberate brushstroke. His fastball exploded on hitters, paired with a devastating slider. He dropped in a changeup that seemed to stop mid-air. It was a relentless attack. Skubal worked quickly, his confidence growing with each out. The game unfolded with a rhythmic quality. The score remained low, a tense 2-0 affair. The Guardians' potent lineup was rendered powerless. They managed only scattered singles. Skubal demoralized the opposition, one strikeout at a time. The atmosphere transformed as the strikeout total climbed. 10 strikeouts became 11, then 12, each one more significant, a testament to his dominance. He was etching his name into the postseason record books. This was the kind of legendary performance players dream of. Tarik Skubal at his best, delivering an epic performance. The final stat line was video game-like, the kind of numbers you dream about as a kid playing in the backyard. 9 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 14 strikeouts, an absolute masterpiece from start to finish. Each strikeout told a story of dominance. Skubal's command was surgical, every pitch placed with intent and precision. He struck out the side in the second inning, making an early statement that set the tone for the rest of the game. He fanned the heart of their order in the fifth, showing no fear against the most dangerous bats. In the ninth, he struck out 2 more to seal the victory, closing the door with authority. The sheer number of strikeouts was historic, a performance that left fans and analysts in awe. He wasn't just overpowering hitters, he was outthinking them, mixing speeds and locations to keep them off balance. The Guardians' hitters were reduced to guessing, swinging at shadows and walking away shaking their heads. It was a psychological and physical dismantling, the kind of outing that lingers in a lineup's memory. The low score amplified Skubal's performance, every out magnified by the razor-thin margin. Every pitch carried immense weight, each one a test of nerves and skill. Skubal pitched with the poise of a seasoned veteran, never rattled, always in control of the moment. The tension in the stadium made his dominance more pronounced, every pitch drawing the crowd to the edge of their seats. This performance was the culmination of hard work, hours of training and preparation coming together on the biggest stage. Skubal had established himself as the team's ace, earning the respect of teammates and fans alike. This was a legacy game, the kind that will be talked about for years to come. He delivered one of the greatest pitching performances in Tigers history, etching his name alongside legends. The 14 strikeouts were a declaration of his will to win, a night when his arm and his heart were simply unstoppable. To appreciate Skubal's brilliance, understand the Tigers' journey. The final month was a brutal grind. After a strong summer, September brought adversity. The team hit a slump, their bats went cold. The pressure mounted, and their lead dwindled. The team looked tired, confidence shaken. It was a test of resolve, a trial by fire. The struggles were mental, players pressing too hard. Every loss felt heavier, chipping away at their swagger. The clubhouse grew quiet and tense. They were a family feeling the weight of expectation. Manager A.J. Hinch worked to keep spirits up. His leadership was a steadying force. Entering the postseason, the Tigers were underdogs. Skubal's performance was a clean slate. With each strikeout, he erased the memory of losses. He replaced doubt with renewed hope. This game was a powerful antidote to the previous month, a reminder of how good they could be. The opponent made the victory sweeter. The Cleveland Guardians were division rivals and tormentors. They had a knack for winning close games. The rivalry had become one-sided. This game was about reclaiming respect. Skubal's dominance was the perfect answer. He turned their strength into a weakness. They waited for pitches, and he gave them nothing. It was a strategic and psychological victory. He beat them at their own game. For the Tigers hitters, it was empowering. They knew they didn't need to score 10 runs. The victory was a massive weight lifted. They had slain the dragon. This win shifted the rivalry dynamic. The Tigers were no longer the little brother. They were equals, ready to battle for supremacy. Skubal's performance was a declaration. The Tigers were here to stay. In the aftermath, the Tigers' clubhouse was jubilant. The tension was replaced by music, laughter, and shouts. Tarik Skubal was mobbed by teammates, grinning widely. Despite his heroics, he deflected praise. "This wasn't about me," Skubal said. "We needed this. We needed to remember who we are." His humility was genuine, but teammates praised him. Veteran Javier Baez was in awe of Skubal's composure. The way he commanded the game was inspiring. Manager A.J. Hinch watched with pride. It was a validation of his belief in the team. Skubal's performance reset their mindset. It washed away doubt. The sentiment echoed throughout the locker room. This was more than a series lead. It was a psychological breakthrough. The Tigers believed they could win it all. The Roar was back in Detroit. No one had a better view than catcher Jake Rogers. For 9 innings, he was Skubal's partner in crime. Rogers witnessed the power and precision firsthand. It was like trying to contain lightning in a bottle. After the game, Rogers was buzzing with adrenaline. From the first inning, you could tell he had it. We were on the same page all night. It felt like playing a video game. He was hitting every spot perfectly. My job was easy. Just catch the ball. Rogers spoke about the rhythm and flow. There was trust between them. We knew their hitters' weaknesses. He never gave them a chance to breathe. When a pitcher is that confident, it's beautiful. It's what you play the game for. Rogers was not just a spectator, he was a co-conspirator. By the 5th inning, you knew they had no chance. Skubal proved he is one of the best in the world. This victory was a turning point for the Tigers. It marked their embrace of a contender identity. The franchise had been patiently rebuilding. This game was the fulfillment of that promise. It was a declaration that the future is now. The win infused the team with belief. The emotional impact was profound. Skubal's performance broke the storm of doubt. The players walked out with renewed purpose. They were expecting to thrive in the postseason. This win was a reminder of their capabilities. It was a foundation for a championship run. The path remains challenging, but they have momentum. Skubal's game set a new standard. It provided confidence for the entire roster. This game will be remembered as the Tigers' arrival. It was the night their young star became a legend. The journey is far from over, but the most important step has been taken. The Roar is back in Detroit, louder and more confident.